city, poised on the Piscataqua River, cozy to the Atlantic coast, carved by waves of history and tides of changing times, now celebrating 400 years. Solid as the granite slabs that proudly state, "Welcome to Portsmouth, settled 1623." In honor of 4 centuries, city historians are telling a history of Portsmouth, New Hampshire in 101 objects.
Page after page.
The book features places and keepsakes unique to Portsmouth.
There's something for everybody.
And everybody was asked to pitch in for Portsmouth's 400th.
We crowdsourced it. We put out a call to the general public to suggest objects. The objects are a way into the story of the people.
There's so much to pick from this harbor to American history.
Is the 400th anniversary of 4 towns, one of which is Portsmouth, one of which is Dover. But Rye and Newcastle are also celebrating their anniversaries. They were part of Portsmouth.
We set out on a treasure hunt to track down the historic highlights. This city officially got its start in 1623 when an English fisherman, David Thompson, moved ashore. Soon, more settlers joined him. About 40 years later, the oldest surviving wood frame house in the state was built here, earning a spot in the book. The Jackson House was home to Cooper Richard Jackson, followed by 7 generations of his family. Inside this National Historic Landmark, you can still see a hexacoil or daisy wheel etched into a wall to ward off evil spirits.
It comes from the era of witchcraft and struggling to make it through the winter, and all of the fears and worries and superstitions of the age of that first 100 years.
The next 100 years were revolutionary. Just look up to find another legendary landmark in the book, the oldest Liberty Pole in America, raised in 1766, topped with an eagle in the 1800s. The original eagle to hold the post is now perched in the Portsmouth Public Library. The 3rd eagle to ever land here, the one you see today, was created by the resident Cooper at Strawberry Bank Museum, Ron Raislis.
What's important is the fact that the first one was the one that I copied, so I'm not the artist, I'm merely the person who reproduced the work that was done in 1824.
He knows exactly how high this gilded mahogany masterpiece flies.
The top of the eagle's head is 99.5 feet. And it's just about another 6 inches to the top of the wings. So it's almost exactly 100 feet. That eagle was able to turn into the wind exactly the same way the original did, which is kind of cool.
10 years after the Liberty Pole went up, the Declaration of Independence took root in Portsmouth. This tree, towering over Market Street, is believed to have been planted by William Whipple when he returned from signing the document in 1776.
There are so many things that we pass by every day. The Independence tree, who has a tree that was planted by a signer of the Declaration of Independence in the middle of Portsmouth, New Hampshire?
The next entry in the book had us doing a double take. We had to see this up close.
It's a hair memorial that includes Martha and George Washington's hair.
The hair memorial is housed at Strawberry Bank Museum, still in the original frame.
George Washington visited in 1789.
Getting to know the Portsmouth family of his private secretary, Tobias Lear.
Mrs. Lear wrote a letter to Martha Washington saying, "Can you send me some of your hair?" And that might sound a little strange.
But it was custom at the time to create hair memorials in poetry. This was embroidered on silk cloth around the time of George Washington's death in 1799.
Someone threaded a needle with the hair and then worked out these words. This says, "This is worked with our illustrious and beloved General George Washington's hair, which covered his exalted head, but now enrolled among the dead."
The city's seafaring success is logged in the book. The Portsmouth Naval Shipyard launching ships by the War of 1812, building submarines for the World Wars, then the USS Albacore, the research vessel leading to modern submarines which still find a home port at the Naval Shipyard for renovations. Then there's that little engine that really could save Boston.
This is the Kearsarge steam fire engine. It's from 1870 and served here in the city from 1870 till about 1930.
This horse-drawn steam fire engine was summoned to Boston by telegraph on a November night a century and a half ago.
The Great Boston Fire of 1872, it was sent down on a rail car.
More than 700 buildings burned, but Kearsarge Steam Fire Engine No. 3, high-tech in that day, was credited with saving the Old South Meeting House, the site where the Boston Tea Party was planned. Built by the Amoskeag Manufacturing Company in Manchester, only a few dozen still survive.
And then they shovel the coal right into the bottom here.
It's really a very cool piece of history, a piece of firefighting history, and a piece of the city's history.
There are so many more fascinating finds in the pages and in person. From treaties signed to the Black Heritage Trail, Pitt Tavern to Strawberry Bank, magical Market Square with the North Church steeple standing tall over Portsmouth, all bridges from the past into the future.
There are lots of treasures to be found, and this is just a sampling. A 400th anniversary only happens once. 400 years.
And the motto for this city?
The city of the open door. It's an amazing place. There are so many stories.